koşturması için de aklınız faturalarda kalmasın, keyfiniz kaçmasın. DiziSmart keyfini kesintisiz yaşamak için hemen otomatik ödeme talimatı verin, rahat edin. Otomatik ödeme talimatı vermek için DiziSmart çağrı merkezini arayabilir, DiziSmart.com.tr'den online işlemler menüsünü ziyaret edebilir veya bankanızda görüşebilirsiniz. Hayatı kolaylaştıran akıllı çözümleriyle DiziSmart hep sizinle.
DiziSmart her televizyona şart.
Size dünyamızı felakete sürükleyen bir üründen bahsedeceğim. Tütün. Tarımına yer açmak için milyonlarca ağaç katlediliyor. Ekimi için kullanılan kimyasallar toprağı ve suları zehirliyor. Sigara fabrikaları havayı solunmaz hale getiriyor. İzmaritleri, atıkları korkunç bir çevre kirliliğine yol açıyor. Sigara her yıl 8 milyon insanı öldürmekle kalmıyor, yaşam kaynaklarımızı da yok ediyor. 600 milyon ağaca, 200 bin hektar araziye, 84 milyon ton karbondioksit kirliliğine ve her yıl 22 milyar ton su israfına neden oluyor. Sigara sadece insanları zehirlemiyor, dünyamızı da zehirliyor. Buna dur diyebilirsin. Sigaragerçekleri.com.
Kaçırdım diye üzülme.
Çak çak çak.
Etkileyici hikayeler, en sevdiğin yıldızlar
Beni seviyor musun?
ve unutamadığın performanslar.
Bu oyun affedilecek. Kaldığımız yerden devam edilecek. Bu kadar.
Hepsi bir arada, hepsi DiziSmart Max'ta. Türk televizyon tarihinde fırtınalar estiren yerli diziler burada seni bekliyor.
Allah'ın delisi.
İster evde TV ekranında, ister DiziSmart Go'yla her an yanında.
Gonna be okay, okay, okay.
Known for her very elegant sense of style, Gwyneth Paltrow has worn just about every brand, from Calvin Klein to Versace. In 1999, Gwyneth famously donned pink at the Academy Awards, picking up her Best Actress Oscar in a stunning Ralph Lauren gown.
I'm in shock. I can't process anything that's going on. I don't remember anything for like the last hour. It's like a blank.
We're pretty sure Paltrow hasn't totally forgotten about that night, though, as she was the talk of the town. And to this day, people still think her dress is one of the most memorable Oscar style choices ever. And she's maintained that fashion reputation over the years, as proved in 2008 when she promoted her movie Two Lovers at the Cannes Film Festival. Although she walked the carpet with designer Valentino Garavani on her arm, Paltrow was dressed in a navy Chanel gown with a plunging peekaboo neckline. In 2011, Gwenny sparkled in a silver sequin dress when she attended the Oscars, getting rave reviews for her Calvin Klein look. That same year, she also treated fans to a pale pink Prada moment, stepping out at the Venice Film Festival in a high-necked gown with a stunning bow detail on the back. A year later, the blonde beauty landed on almost every best-dressed list in the business, looking reliably chic in a white Tom Ford cape dress. For the press tour of Iron Man 3 the following year, Gwyneth ran something of a fashion marathon. Kicking things off, she visited Paris in a floral pantsuit by Erdem. She then wowed the German press in a chic white Kaufmann Franco dress, while her good friend and co-star Robert Downey Jr. opted for something a little more traditional. At the LA premiere, Paltrow faced some backlash, though. The actress sported a black and white Antonio Berardi gown, but many critics found fault with the sheer side panels and called Paltrow's style choice attention-seeking. However, the photographers did seem pretty impressed with her daring look. Maybe all those snarky comments made the actress overthink her style choices, as she opted for a more demure look at the 2015 Academy Awards, going back to her '99 Oscars roots and looking pretty in pink once more. Slowly easing into edgier styles again, the lifestyle guru opted for double side slits and a racer back at the premiere of her movie Mordecai. Then she blew everyone away at the 2016 Art and Film Gala in a little black Gucci dress with colorful ruffle detailing on the shoulders. Finishing off the daring look, she opted for a pair of gold sandals and a matching clutch. Back on the road to promote another one of her Marvel projects, Gwyneth showed some leg at the LA premiere of Avengers Infinity War in a vintage-inspired mini dress. And for the opening of the superhero franchise's fourth installment, Avengers Endgame in 2019, she rocked up in a business casual getup from her own label G by Goop. With tons of memorable red carpet looks, and even her own clothing line, it's safe to say that Gwyneth Paltrow has earned her reputation as a style icon fair and square. Hollywood legend Thomas Jeffrey Hanks was born on the 9th of July, 1956 in Concord, California. As a teenager, Tom studied theater, then took acting classes at California State University before moving to New York City, where he slowly but surely built up his reputation.
I've been an actor for 20 years, and it's been a very slow progression for me. I didn't have to deal and overnight suddenly becoming the hottest thing in town, which is a very dangerous thing and a hard thing in order to survive. So for me, I've always felt as though I've been very, very fortunate, and I've received some sort of reward for an awful lot of hard work that I've done.
He finally became a household name in 1988, thanks to his Golden Globe winning performance in Big, a touching comedy that became a worldwide smash.
What we do for a living is show up to work and put on other people's clothes and pretend to be somebody else. That's what we do. And that takes an awful lot of imagination. That is fun. It's a fun job. But to do that and have to be 13 years old, pretend to be somebody who is 18 years younger than you are, that's a whole different brand of fun, because you have fun doing it, but you also get to be a 13-year-old kid who gets to play all day long.
Despite being best known for his comedy work, Tom then stunned the industry by winning an Oscar for his dramatic performance as a gay man suffering from AIDS in Philadelphia.
I've never played a character who knows that he's going to die. You know, I've never experienced that. And to have that be, even though that is only a part of what our movie is about, it's such a big part of what our movie is about that, yeah, it makes you you have to go a farther distance in order to have a real understanding about that.
For a select few stars, this is as good as it gets. But just a year later, Tom tied Spencer Tracy's record by winning a second consecutive Best Actor Oscar, this time for Forrest Gump.
My mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's funny. What would Forrest say tonight? I think Forrest would say, so I went to the Academy Awards again, and they gave me an Academy Award again.
Over the years, Hanks has never shied away from a challenge, like in Castaway, where the only thing his character has for company is a volleyball called Wilson.
I had bona fide conversations with Wilson in the course of making the movie. I heard every word. We, in fact, would sit down and figure out. Sometimes we didn't necessarily write it down on paper, but I knew exactly what Wilson's lines were back to me.
He also took on the movie adaptations of the best-selling book The Da Vinci Code and its sequels, put his voice to the cowboy Woody in the Toy Story series, and even tried his hand at directing for the romantic comedy Larry Crown.
And we cut.
In addition, Hanks has enjoyed numerous collaborations with Steven Spielberg, from Saving Private Ryan through Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, Bridge of Spies, and the 2017 journalism drama The Post, where he got to work with the legendary Meryl Streep.
To sit there on the set with her for about 40 minutes and talk about what we're going to try to do once the cameras are up, there's no better way of working. And even though she does it like everybody else does, she does it unlike anybody else can. She's the greatest that ever existed.
After more than 3 decades in the business, Tom Hanks has risen from supporting player to Hollywood icon. Of course, looking back on all his accomplishments can be a bit daunting for the star.
Look, I get it. I know what I do for a living. It's a good job, but you know, it's intimidating to realize that, holy smokes.
I knew what I was accepting when my passage out here was paid. To marry a man I'd never set eyes on before.
I like the look of you. We've waited 12 years for this.
You have been brought here as the property of your husband, and you will behave accordingly.
What if these men have been on their own for so long they're not men anymore?
If we are to be free, we must possess their minds, their souls.
In this episode of Zoom In, Grace Vanderwaal stars in the tender and offbeat coming-of-age story based on the critically acclaimed best-selling young adult novel, Stargirl.
Happy birthday, dear Leo. Happy birthday to you.
Graham Vershear plays Leo, an unassuming high schooler who finds himself inexplicably drawn to the free-spirited new girl whose unconventional ways change how they see themselves and their world.
So be true to your school now.
You should talk to her. She likes you. She doesn't.
Be true to your school now.
You like Stargirl. I don't really know her. But maybe if you did, you might.
Distributed by Disney Plus.
How'd she know your name?
And how does she know it's her birthday?
Production budget $20 million.
Hi. I'm doing a little BTS myself here today.
Directed by Julia Hart.
That was the first time I saw her. But before we talk about her, I have to tell you something about me. When I was 9, we moved to Micah, Arizona. As the new kid, I became the center of attention real fast. Not in a good way. It was then that I realized I was gonna need to disappear. No one would see me. No one would hear me. I was gonna have to be just like everybody else. And then, one day,
When some loud bragger tries to put me down.
what's her name anyway?
Stargirl. My name is Stargirl.
My character Leo, he chose fitting in over being himself, and Stargirl was the opposite, so yeah, it kind of shows everything.
This film is different from other Be Yourself films. It's more than that. It's about being yourself and expressing yourself, but also knowing that there's always more to learn about yourself, and everyone has to go on their own journey.
Some loud bragger tries to put me down and say school is great. I tell him right away, now what's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? It's #1 in the state. So be true to your school now, just like you would to your girl or guy. Be true to your school now, and let your colors fly. Be true to your school. I got a Letterman sweater with the letter in front. I got for football and track. I'm proud to wear it now, and I cruise around the other parts of the town. I got my decal and back. So be true to your school now, just like you would to your girl or guy.
When I first read the script and read the book, the first song that popped into my head was Be True to Your School. It just felt like such a Stargirl anthem, and I still can't believe it's actually in the movie.
It was really fun, the whole musical side of the movie.
Grace Vanderwaal, her music and her voice is irresistible, so it feels like it was just perfect casting for who Stargirl is.
See the people walking down the street, while the lights watching on the feet. They don't know where they wanna go, but they're walking in time. 'Cause they got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat. See the kids just getting out of
young people in this movie are so phenomenal, and they all totally fell in love with each other making the movie, and I think it shows, and they give me a lot of hope.
When I read this script and I'd seen what Kristen, Jordan, and Julia had done, it was such an honest description of what it's like to be a teenager in America right now, and I think that's what people are going to like the most.
Let me walk you home from school. Mom, were you ever afraid of what people thought of you?
Figuring out who we are is the one thing no one else can do for us.
Won't you let me meet you at the pool?
Did you want to ask me something?
If it's so, well, let me know. Sometimes I'm quiet, but I'm just thinking.
Scream, Leo.
Why would I do that?
Don't you want the universe to hear you?
You know, everybody wants to fit in, but it's the importance of keeping yourself, staying true to yourself while fitting in.
By the end of this movie, even Stargirl learned a big thing about herself, and she seems like she knows herself more than anyone.
Since she got here, things have been different.
Some people are just like that.
Being with you is the most anyone has ever looked at me in my entire life. There's just something about her. She's not like anyone else. Is she magic?
You think things have to be real, more magic. But the best things are both.
So that's a wrap on Stargirl. See you next time we zoom in.
Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Kültür ve Turizm Bakanlığı.
Bu diziyi dilerseniz Türkçe dublajlı, dilerseniz kumandanızın sarı tuşuna basarak orijinal dilinde Türkçe altyazılı izleyebilirsiniz.